Hey everyone, welcome to a complete guide for the main story quest called the Stolen Throne. I'll also be covering two other side quests in this video as they tie into the main one nicely, and I'll explain that in a sec. So you can access the Stolen Throne by first completing the quest Monster Cullings from Captain Brant, and then while talking to him selecting the option Tell Me of the Masquerade. My advice would be to complete the quest The Caged Magistrate before you continue the Stolen Throne, because you'll gain access to an additional side quest from Waldhar called A Magisterial Amenity, which has you retrieving his Exquisite Spectacles from the Vernworth Hall where the Masquerade is taking place. It's a pretty short quest, and because you can knock out both that and the main one at the same time, I'm going to include it in this video. You can, however, skip this side quest and complete it at a later point if you so choose. So the whole main quest of the Stolen Throne revolves around attending the Masquerade, infiltrating your way into the party, doing some spying, and trying to get proof of the whole scam they're running, which is basically propping up a fake Arisen for power. You should already have the Eventide mask from Brant for accepting this quest, so all you need now is the rest of your courtly attire. There's a few ways to get this. The first is by sneaking into the Vernworth Hall and stealing it from there. The second is by sneaking into the Vernworth Castle guest chambers and stealing it from there. And the last way, which is the safest way, is by completing the Ornate Box Quest. The Ornate Box Quest story begins when you first arrive at Vernworth and we're given a choice between ratting out this young man or lying to the guard. I chose to lie here to help this dude out, and right before he runs away, he says he needs help with something. I have no idea if the choice here has any bearing on his Ornate Box Quest being available later on, but if it does and not lying locks you out of it, I will make sure to post an update in the description of this video when I find out. Eventually, while you're walking around Vernworth, an argument will break out at one of the vendor stands between the merchant and the young man. Once you witness this argument take place, it's going to begin the Ornate Box Quest, just from you being in the vicinity. And you'll have two ways to approach the next part. The first is to talk with the young man and loan him the money to buy the ornate box that he wants, that the vendor is selling, or you can choose to buy the ornate box from the vendor and then give it to the young man. Either way, he'll make it his mission to repay you over time. Now once the conversation ends, you'll need to pass the time for a few days before he's going to reappear with some money. You can go to sleep in a bed or doze off on a bench for a few days to progress this step. Then you'll find him sitting at the fountain in the center of Vernworth. You'll have to approach him and accept his offer to sit down and chat about his life. He'll talk about how he sneaks out of his home to experience the world. He'll then give you some gold as part of his deal to repay you. That's his first reward out of 3, so you're going to have to pass the time for another few days and then find him at the fountain again for a second chat. Then he'll give you another payment of gold. Then you'll have to wait some more and pass the time for another few days, and then you'll find him at the fountain again to have one last chat, where he rewards you with the ornate box. With this quest completed, you'll earn 900 XP, 4,000 gold, the courtly breeches, and the courtly tunic, both of which you should equip to easily attend the Masquerade. Because you can skip time, the whole quest doesn't take that long, but if you want to skip it, you can steal the same attire from within the Vernworth Halls, which is where the party is being held. You'll have to sneak in, presumably through the back entrance, and make your way to this room. If you're entering the building through the secret passage, it'll be the room on your left. It's possible that these clothes also exist out in the world randomly or at vendors, but don't quote me on that. When you have the clothes and the mask equipped, you can enter the party through the front doors at night. Now, if you speak to the guard out front, most times he's going to claim that there isn't a masquerade happening now, but I kept getting that over and over every time I came back at night, so at one point I just decided to ignore him, walk in anyway, and everything was fine. Once the cutscene ends, take a left before entering the main area of the room and follow the hallway around. It'll lead you to 2 open doorways, both containing loot, and between them a hidden passage. The first open room contains a wooden chest with flowers, and if you've accepted Waldhar's side quest to retrieve his glasses, you can find them here on the shelf to the left of that chest. The second open room down the hallway a little bit contains the courtly attire, and the hidden passage in the middle contains an Allheal Elixir. When you've collected all of your loot, use the doors in the secret passage as an exit from the party, and make your way down to the ramp to the Rose Chataeu. This is where you'll meet Lady Wilhelmina, who helps you avoid getting captured by the soldiers and shows you evidence of the false sovereign. She'll give you a card, encourage you to return for some fun, and then you'll be free to roam around the building. I would encourage you to explore before leaving, because some rooms do contain useful items and one contains the Prescribed Tranquility book. Once you're done, you can report back to Captain Brant to complete the Stolen Throne quest for 900 XP, a Wakestone shard, and 6,500 gold. If you picked up Waldhar's spectacles, you can return them to him in the vault and be rewarded with 900 XP and the book Winter's Path. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and if you could subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, that would be amazing. See you guys in the next one.